Yeah,
Yeah.
this thing started early. Ah, put my glasses on while I'm looking around. So I can see. Damn, no, man. My eyes check.
Yeah, you eyes fucking up.
Yeah, it is. Well, not get the thing. That's a little bit better. Not
Yeah.
great, but it's better. Oh man, yeah. Hey, yeah. All right. Welcome to Brad the Hover Show. Your boy Brad. What's up, Hover?
What's up, Red?
Yes, sir. We back on time. Glad to have everybody here. Brad and Hover Show. We here every Wednesday night from 9:05 to 10ish. And happy to have everybody here. So, Hover, how's the weekend, man?
Weekend was good, man. I mean, um, had a chance to just chill out, stay in the crib. I mean,
Yeah.
outside of the winter storm kicking
Oh,
in.
yeah. That part.
It was a good weekend, man. Had a little fender. Actually, had a little fender builder this weekend, man. Believe it or not, man.
Oh, what happened,
Yeah, man. Yeah. So we went.
man?
Yeah, man. We went. We was doing our last little runarounds, before everybody had to stay in the crib.
Yeah.
And so we went to this Colombian restaurant to get some last minute, snacks or whatever you want to call it, something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I got caught up in the restaurant. It's like, the restaurant is La Repa de Julia, the one right over there. You seen it before, right off on close to Lilburn.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think exactly I
Yeah,
know what you're talking
yeah,
about. Yeah.
yeah, man. So I got caught in the restaurant, it's so small.
Mm-hmm.
People, wouldn't know where to park.
Mm.
So I dropped my wife off so she can go in and, get the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to drive around and just come back and pick her up. I figured she'd be done. And apparently the way I was going, I ran into another car coming the same damn way. It was a one way.
Mm-hmm. It was a one way, yeah.
Yeah, so I was, we both, having some minutes, conflicts and shit. So I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna back. So I started backing back. I'm thinking I'm backing back. And then when I tried to turn, it was a car coming trying to leave the restaurant, and I bumped it and shit. But it was,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, man. But just, it wasn't. I mean, minor damage at best.
Oh my goodness.
And and the thing about it, it was an old, very elderly man. I mean, the man was like, shit, Brad. I had to say he had to be like in his late 80s or something. I don't know, man.
You sound like me a few months back in October.
Yeah, he was old, but but at
Yeah.
the same time, he was a very nice gentleman.
Right. Right.
First, check, make sure he all good. You know what I'm saying.
Right.
And he couldn't speak English, so
Oh.
my wife was talking to him and all this and that.
Okay.
And then the guy who was in front of me, he pissed me off. He's still blowing his horn, and I'm,
Oh no, yeah.
this ass. So anyway, I moved my car, just let this nut go ahead on.
Yeah.
And but make a long story short, man, we just settled it out. I went ahead and had some chats with him. I'm actually today, as of today, he gave us a call. He was like, "Hey, look," I told him, say, "Hey, man," took his information. Say, "Hey, man, we ain't got to go through insurance and all that. I'm just gonna pay for whatever it is to get it fixed. I handle my shit." And then so he was like, "Yeah," he was like, "Yeah." He called. He was like, "Okay, it's gonna run me about 360 or whatever, to get fit.
Mm-hmm.
So I went ahead and dropped him 4, man. I gave him 4 bones.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I said, hey man, hey look, apologize. It was all my fault. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just go ahead and get it fixed. Yeah, just
Yeah.
get this thing fixed, man, and we good. And we
Yeah.
settled it
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
Well, yeah, blessings gonna come to you on that, man, for how you handled that situation because you were not the instigator. The other person that was impatient and rude was the instigator for all of this, and it caused an accident between the two of y'all. And
Right, right.
then they left out unscathed. I guess unscathed. I don't know who with
Yeah,
that kind of
they got
probably
on up out of there. Yeah, yeah.
yeah
So
with that kind of impatience, you probably didn't get far.
no,
People like that don't usually until they learn.
no. Yeah. But anyway, but yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but absolutely, man. But it's all gravy, man. As far as I'm concerned, my wife and I, man, we, out of the situation, we got another friend. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay. There you go.
the guy was like, hey, um, I like to take you guys out to a dinner sometime or whatever. Just so
Nice.
it was good, man. I
Nice.
mean, we just settled the thing out, like like I said, man, it was good, man.
Yeah. All good
After
things
all
come
the
to an
other
end.
frustrations I had that was
Yeah.
going on,
There you
but
go. There you go.
that triggered this whole thing. But at the end of the day, man,
Yeah.
that I was cool with
So
that.
yeah, sometimes like I said, all things happen for a reason, man. Sometimes what may seem like a bad thing is actually a good thing in the end.
Yeah,
So little amount of fender benders, probably save both of y'all from something major happening
absolutely,
later
man.
on.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of how I looked at it. So I was like, well, we just blessings for that, and we just keep it moving.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no doubt. So,
Yes, sir. Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, we got
that's
no
how my
snow. Well, we
weekend
can't.
went. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we can't speak for everybody up north. We talked a little about that later on when he comes on. But we didn't get any ice. At least in our area, we got snow and ice up in North Georgia, but you know, yeah, that's I'm happy we didn't get anything. To be honest, I don't like the stuff actually. I
Well, they
don't.
for yeah, man. I
I,
mean,
yeah,
when stuff like this come through, everybody's on pins and needles, and they trying to
yeah.
make sure they got everything they need. And lo and behold, I mean, like in my area, in my area, I think we got the
Mm-hmm.
worst of it because I'm closer to Gainesville. So
Mm-hmm.
Gainesville was like, the ones that's they're one of the areas that's supposed to get it
Yep.
all. And
Yep. Right.
man, yeah, we did. I mean, we got some ice up in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
night. It
So
was
when
some ice up in there for real.
yeah, so when you were in, you were in. Ain't no tit tatting
No,
around, y'all. Yeah,
no,
you was
man.
in
If
there.
we had there's no way we've been riding on ice. So no,
Yeah. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was a done
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So at least down in these parts, the city and all that kind of stuff, man, we ain't getting nothing. I didn't think we would, but I'm kind of glad we did.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But yeah, if
so
you was in my area, yeah, you got it.
yeah. So they some people upset and they giving the weather people a hard time on social media about it. So I mean, the weather folk, they've been on there, they just trying to let everybody know because the viewing area is larger than Atlanta. It's up in the mountains, LJ, Hiram, all that kind of Dahlonega, Gainesville, just out Rayburn County. I mean, it's still in the viewing area, although it's almost close to the Tennessee line.
Yeah,
But those people, like you said, those people got it rough. They got snow, ice, sleet, everything. And so they needed that information. But and that makes up roughly about a third of the state, I guess, who got something. But Athens got it. And so, but everybody in the metro area and Macon and all those other areas, man, didn't get anything. Columbus got nothing. And so a lot of folk kind of mad because they didn't get anything. And then you had businesses closed and they were
yeah,
closed Monday, some of them Monday and Tuesday. And, it was just cold. I mean, that was about it. It was cold as I don't know. It still is cold. Cold for us. But we didn't get anything. People giving them a hard time. and they just shooting back, man. Like, look, we gave out week and weekends. We slept at the news station. We slept here. Our families at home and everything, and so we here with our colleagues trying to make sure that you guys got the news so that you can prepare and be with your family and give you a heads up on what's going on. If it didn't, you may not have, but others did, and the others got power outages too. So just be thankful, that nothing came your way, and you safe, you warm, and you got power. At least most of y'all, at least the Atlanta metro.
But
And so
what's
people
funny?
giving them a hard time, man.
Yeah, man. But I didn't realize that they stay in the news stations like that. Stay open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them slept in. Yeah, they slept in air mattresses and stuff, man. They had little quarters, and they slept there and waited until it was time for them. Because I was looking on Sunday, when everything's supposed to happen, they had like the main team there on Sunday. I like all day. Y'all like, wait a minute, is it Monday? I
Yeah.
used to one a week. They were there on Sunday. I mean, all the big names, man, meteorologists, everybody.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
they they trying to still recoup from that, and they talking about snow again this weekend. But ain't nobody taking that serious.
Right. Right. Right.
We ain't getting
But
the
I guess
last.
that, but I guess that makes sense for them to be there, around the clock when you got
Yeah,
something like this going down. So
I think they're gonna be major changes. Hope I think that these folks going they're just gonna be like, well, people don't appreciate what we're doing. We coming in here, people talking bad about us and everything. Nobody really appreciates us being here and this, that, and the other. So I just think that it may be some changes. They may just tell people to check the app, check your phone, check the app, and we'll put some stuff on a ticker down at the bottom of the screen, and we gonna stay at home like y'all and be.
yeah,
That's what I
man.
think.
Or maybe they just have 'em, they've done it when the COVID. They switch it to where you just giving the reports from the crib.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
ain't got to be up and you ain't got to be up in the studio. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe they can
yeah,
move it to that way. But then again, I don't know. Maybe it's better in the studio because you have access
yeah.
to
They
all
get to switch it, all the equipment and stuff.
the
Yeah,
equipment, and
they got everything there.
you don't have that luxury in the at the crib. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Any rate, man. Yeah, but we gonna move it. I'm gonna keep it moving. And we just so you know, down south, weather's interesting to us down south. We don't get a lot of activity down here in terms of the wintertime a lot of times. And so the least little thing we get, you want to talk about it, go to the store and make a real big brouhaha about it. But up north you get it all the time. When I
right.
live up in Baltimore, we got all the time up there in Baltimore. Not as much as New York, but we definitely saw enough cold and snow every season, man, which sucked to me. I mean, it looked good when it first come down, man, but after about a day, you tired of that stuff. You gotta go out there and shovel it. You don't want it to
Yeah,
freeze, man. It's just
yeah,
that snow is just horrible, man. It's just
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to deal with that. Be glad you're in Atlanta, man. Be
yeah,
happy.
yeah,
Like But at any rate, man. Look, glad for everybody to join the Bread and Hope show. We based in Atlanta, Georgia, and we talk about sports and everything, whatever's hot in the community and what's hot around here. We talk about it on this show. So whatever your favorite team is, whatever it may be, feel free to listen in or be part of the show. We put our link in the Bread and the Hope Facebook group page. You just click that link where it says show tonight, and it pops you in here. And so you can either listen in or be part of the show. And so we'd be glad to have you. Hopeful, what you got?
yeah. Go ahead and give some quick shout outs to the Dirty Bird Nation, NFC South fans, Falcons First and 10, the Enhanced Sports Show, Mo Brown,
Them-
Sticking Sensation, Drumline, Atlanta Old School Drummers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coming to a place near you real soon. So look, man, I'm going to skip. We talked about the weather. So look, man, Senior Bowl. I don't know, man. I saw some bits and pieces. I don't know if ain't nothing else going on. I'll watch it. But for the most part, I hope I'm probably gonna be watching the Royal Rumble. So I'll probably be doing that for the most part, man. But I don't know, man. So yeah, a lot of players come out early. not a lot of seniors, sometimes, man. So I'm not really paying that much attention to it. I'm just waiting for the season to, for the draft to come through, man. That's all I be waiting on is the draft, man, which is right around the corner.
Yeah.
So I'm not. If nothing's else going on, I'm watching Senior Bowl for the most part. I'm not tuning in. What about you, Hope?
Yeah, same here. I'm probably, I'll probably keep updates, but I'm not really tuning in. Um, yeah, Royal Rumble, I'm definitely not watching that.
Yeah, I know you ain't. I know you ain't watching that.
But
No, you ain't watching that.
I'm not watching that. But I will be watching boxing this weekend. It's actually that fight. That fight,
Yep.
Teofimo Lopez.
Teofimo
It,
Lopez and
yeah, and
Kurt
Shakur.
Stevenson. That's this weekend. Yes,
Now,
sir.
in order to watch that, I don't like the way they do these things, but it's on Dazzin. But you have
Okay.
Dazzin, but it's like you know how it works, Brad. So yeah, you have Dazzin, but it's a pay-per-view event. You
Right.
know, so you gotta have that subscription with Dazzin, and then
Mm-hmm.
you gotta pay for that pay-per-view.
Yeah. Yeah.
ESPN
Yeah.
they do it the same way. I mean, PBC I think they used to do the same way where you had to pay for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You had ESPN Plus, but you're not gonna watch the fight. You got to pay for the pay-per-view fee.
Okay. Yeah. 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 You know what, man? I think that's gonna die out. I think with streaming, with between Netflix and Peacock and a lot of these streaming places, man, they figured out a way to kind of incorporate those costs within just the normal subscription fee, so you ain't got to worry about an extra added $70 or whatever it is just to watch something that should be already incorporated within it. That's I think that stuff's gonna die out, and boxing's just not that popular now like it used to be for folks to like kind of tune in on that kind of stuff. So they're gonna need a new leader. They're gonna need better vision and a new formula if they want to survive because people just not and that's the thing again about that I think is a positive about I think the Jake Paul stuff, man, because I think when it's on Netflix and you already got you don't have to do anything extra. They're not booty like ESPN. And so, yeah, ESPN's got the such and such,
Yeah,
and so it's like,
yeah,
hey, I got ESPN, I got ESPN Plus, I got ESPN, but nah, you don't have the premium ESPN. You got to have the premium to get all the pay-per-view stuff. Gotcha. And so it's always a gotcha game.
yeah. So
So
like,
it's
yeah,
like,
because because this boxing event, I don't even know if you noticed, but this fight hasn't really been promoted uh as much.
yeah,
I don't think the average person who don't tune in, keep up
right.
with boxing, don't even know who what's going
Yeah,
on.
that's the they
So that's
boxing's
another
gonna have to
thing.
revamp this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they're
another
gonna have to
thing. I
revamp
don't
this.
even Yeah, I don't even know for pay-per-view sales, how well, even though this should be one of the big fights of the year, but I just
It
don't
should
think
be.
it's just not a pay-per-view. I know they're trying to get that pay-per-view money. I just don't
Yep.
know it's gonna hold up for that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
They're gonna get that type of money for it. But you're right. Jay Paul has figured it out how uh, to win with promoting his fight through Netflix, and it makes sense because he's getting all his money up front, and
Yep.
whereas the fight between Lopez and Shakur, they're not. They're looking to get to reap their money from the pay-per-view sale. That's that's the difference. They're not.
Hey, if they depending on me,
Yeah, they
and
depending on
people like
us.
and depending on you, and people like us, they feelings gonna be hurt, and
Yeah,
don't
so
scratch, and they shouldn't be sitting back scratching their head wondering why.
well, it's a prize fight. I mean, I'm not saying that they're not getting paid. I'm just saying the way they usually work it is they set out a dollar amount, where both the fighters get paid plus on top of pay-per-view sales. But you're really hoping to bank on that. That let's say Lopez, let's just say he gets 3 million and Stevenson gets 5. I don't know. I'm just throwing numbers, and that's plus pay-per-view sales. But hey, but I don't anywhere Jay Paul, shoot, man, he running high numbers like 120 or whatever, 120 million.
Everybody getting paid. That's why it's hard.
It's a correct. It was a win. No, I mean, I think Anthony Joshua, he was like, hey, I'm getting big prize money, pay-per-view money. Why not? Why not?
He's like, let's just show up. And for him, he's like, hell, they just show up and spar. And so like spar, shit, man, I'm not losing to you. This is on my record. So Anthony Joshua like, they say no, we ain't sparring. I only know how to go one speed in the ring, So.
Yeah, I think there was a negotiation within the contract to allow, and we talked about this, to allow the fight to get up to so many rounds. To say, okay, you dibble dabble here and there, but then when we get to this round, you go ahead and do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do, man. He was like,
you go and handle the
business. Anthony Joshua, like, man, I didn't carry you all night.
So
I didn't carry you all night.
So because Jay Paul was promoting it, so he had to follow what he had laid out to the script.
Right.
And I think that's what and Jay Paul, but I mean, it's a win. Again, it's a win-win. He got his money regardless, even though he had to pay the price in the end. But hey, at the end of the day, it's a win, right? I got my jaw broke or whatever, but hey, that can get fixed. At the end of the day, I'm the one laughing to the bank. So
exactly.
Exactly. Who wouldn't take one on the chin, right?
Got that right.
So
you suck his dinner through the straw for a couple of days.
I might
couple of million.
Might be messed up for a couple of weeks or whatever, but hey, at the end of the day, I get over it.
You get over it. Definitely get over it.
So
we'll see, man. I'll see if I got my little special thing to where I'll be able to watch the fight this weekend, and or not. I mean, and if not, man, it's like you can watch it later on that night, man, or the next morning on YouTube somewhere.
Well, this is true. Yeah, this is true. Yeah. If you don't get it,
watch the highlights or the clips or something, because it's like, and the fights are so late, man. They don't start to hit until around 12 or 1 in the morning.
Well, this boxing card, they got a lot of fights, man. If I had to look at it, I think it's about 4 of them.
Yeah, that's a lot, 4. Man.
So they definitely not gonna be getting it hitting to almost.
That's another downfall. And see, Hova, that's another downfall in boxing, because you gotta have a vehicle, even if it's dance, to have current fights happening every week. It's enough people in the fight game where you should be having fights. I mean, non-pay-per-view fights every week, building up the brands of fighters. And so by the time they get to the pay-per-view, look, for most of us, even the ones who watch, it's going to be our first time seeing a lot of these boxers, man. And that should not be. It should be my first time seeing these boxers on pay-per-view. And you making me pay for these non-boxers then to see these other guys hit. I see, that's why they in last place, because I don't have to do that for MMA. I can watch regular MMA fights. It's a fight on every week. See, they doing what boxing used to do.
Yeah.
Hell, goddamn, what you call it? Wrestling is number one. Shit, you can watch wrestling WWE. They control the TV 3 days out of the week, 3 or 4 days out of the week, outside of pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like the ESPN Friday Night Fight schedule. I mean, that don't really kick off until. Well, they start. I take that back. I mean, they usually started off in the beginning of the year. But
Yeah.
you just have to be on top of it. They usually Friday, you have your Friday night fights. So
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, they got one coming up this Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It's against some Puerto Rican guys. So,
Mm-hmm.
but you can get. If you, but that's for the avid boxing fans like you and I. I tune in to Friday night fights. You tune in
Friday,
to
yeah,
Friday night.
but they got to do a better job of promoting it. You gotta,
But they don't.
even the
Yeah.
Friday night fights. That's why I think ESPN can really, but they don't see no value. And the thing about it, they don't see no value in it. They don't even promote the fights like they used to.
Well, that's
They
true.
just don't. ESPN used to be pretty good, but now, look, they just struck a deal with WWE, so now they doing WWE stuff. And they do MMA stuff. It's like the boxing is just like, all right, we got some room for it. We'll fit it in.
Right.
So I don't know, man. So that's
Yeah, you're
what
right.
that is. But we'll tune in. We see what's going on. Look, man, Shedeur Sanders is in the Pro Bowl, man. I didn't see that coming
Might have to bring Lou on
at
this one.
all. I didn't see
Hey,
that
Lou.
coming, man. What's going on, Lou?
Oh, I know we're on already. Sorry.
It's okay.
Hey, man.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
unfortunately, my Pirates doing good, but my Rangers are not doing well right now. Right.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got
Yeah.
the Hawks on, man, playing Boston. So the Hawks are hanging on.
What do you do about Trey
in
Young?
Boston. Yeah, we don't have Trey Young, man.
Yeah, what do you do now?
I don't know, man. Well, according to Ansi Saleh, the new general manager, he wants to go young. He's trying to start this thing new. He said it was mutual between Trey and Atlanta to go their separate ways. And so we're gonna have a lot of money. It probably won't spend it all in one place. And we have probably gonna get the top 2 picks, like top 5 picks, 2 of the top 5 picks in the draft from the Pelicans and the Wizards or somebody. And so you're just going young, man. Keep the nucleus that we have. That's pretty. I don't know. They just need to play some defense. Yeah. but that's it. I think there's a lot of Trey Young fans that are upset down here. And there are a lot of people that did not like Trey Young and said, "Hey, we're a better team without Trey," which I don't believe that. That's the record doesn't show it. Record doesn't show it. so
I don't think so.
Return to sender on that one. But the talk is Giannis wants to get out of Milwaukee. You heard that?
I say Trey before the deadline gets here. I don't think you should wait until the offseason. I think the sooner the better.
Yeah. I mean, this is not the first time.
Bucks not happy. The whole state of Wisconsin's not happy. Time to go.
Yeah, right, Lou. He's been trying to get out of there for quite some time.
Since they won the championship.
Yeah. Yep.
Does that put it to you?
Yeah, man. And the thing about it is, I tell Atlanta Hawks fans, like, don't even think about it. I mean, the stuff that Milwaukee wants, I don't think it will make us better if we make that move, that trade for him. So we have to give up top picks. We had to give up Jalen Johnson. And by the time he gets here, we'll probably be a worse team. So I mean, you're dunking everything, but I don't think it makes. I mean, you're gonna need players like the players you're gonna give away. You're gonna need those players with Giannis and some. So I think he'll. The rumor mill guys is that I think he's going to Golden State. Golden State's trying to work something out.
Right.
So I think what's his name? Kuminga. He's been trying to get out of Golden State. Yeah, and then I think they're going to try to make a deal, maybe with them. Maybe I don't know if they even got any picks, but if they whatever picks they have, they're gonna have to fork them over to Milwaukee, or they're gonna have to do a 3-team trade to make it happen. But I think he's on his way, especially with Jimmy Buckets going for the year for Golden State. they're really going to need some help, some star help to kind of get them back into the playoffs and possibly a championship.
Sure.
So
I think you're well, I mean, it's. I mean, they're in the 60 right now. They're kind of like borderline playoff because now it might be the draft playing game. So they really got to be careful
yeah,
here because they could, this could either make or break them right here. Because sometimes let's say it's one trade that could
yeah,
either help you or hurt you.
Yeah.
this is true. This is true. But Giannis wants to win
Especially
now.
if you trade a player.
Yeah, yeah. But he wants to win. Another one before he retires. And so he's looking at
Just like a player.
teams that already have kind of some superstars, and all they need is a Giannis, who will help them get there.
Yeah, but you don't
So
have another Giannis probably.
yeah, I mean, he's like what 31, something like that.
32.
Something. Yeah.
32. Yeah. So
Not exactly over the hill, but
yeah, right. He got to go to a contender. You don't want to go. You don't want to go to a team that's growing. So you
Right.
think of the contenders that like all they
like
need
some
is
teams
Giannis.
like some players have done.
Yeah. So you look at that and see what they do. I don't know, man. We'll see. I still think he goes to Golden State, but I could be wrong. There's some other teams out there.
Golden State doesn't do much either,
No, they're not. Yeah, they've been hurting. They don't have anybody. The only person they have, I mean, Draymond is just,
Oh.
he just going through the motions. Yeah, he's going through the motions. He's older, going through the motions, and Steph, he giving you what he got, but they need more, and they ain't got it. They don't have the juice. Hey, but getting back to this Pro Bowl thing, guys. What you think about this Shador Sanders thing, Lou?
Yeah, I don't go with the controversies. I mean, he's not even that good. So, I don't think he should have been at the Pro Bowl anyway. He should have been nominated.
What you think, Hope?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta kind of have to lean toward what Lou said. I mean,
No.
I like. Don't get me wrong. I like Shador. Don't get me wrong, but but I think But the Pro Bowl is because the fans vote, right? Yeah, the fans vote. So I think it's more of a
popularity contest.
Popularity, yeah, definitely a popularity
Yeah.
contest.
I mean,
so
the fans have too much control in these All-Star games. Voting who gets in. I'm not saying they shouldn't be involved, but I don't think they should have the majority vote in these All-Star votings.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely. Yeah, well, the system is.
It's definitely a popularity contest. Yeah, it's a popularity contest. I think, and we talked about this. I think if they change the whole setup or itinerary or the whole platform of how the Pro Bowl to make it mean something or have some kind of value to the league, then maybe it could you could see more, but I don't know, man. We talked about how you can change that. I just don't know.
But I don't know, man. I think that the league is caught between a rock and a hard place. They're trying to bring more viewers to something that people really don't watch anymore, like we did when we were growing up. And so it kind of has to be a popularity contest because he's not wasn't that great, but he didn't get a lot of playing time either. It's Cleveland, and so but you kind of want to see. I mean, he's not really going to perform in a real game. They're going to be playing flag and he's going to be doing some competitions. But just to see him in front of the camera, he's got a lot of fans, a lot of Cleveland fans, a lot of fans outside of Cleveland. And so if that brings viewership, then the NFL like, oh, hell yeah. Bring it on. And so I think it's a win for him. And not a lot of people not gonna like to see it, but like I said, but that's why he's there because he's got a lot of people, and the people that don't want to see him is the controversy is that people are talking about it when normally they probably wouldn't be talking about the Pro Bowl, and other than it's gonna suck again. It's gonna suck. Ain't nobody hitting no more. It's not like in my day when I played, when I was growing up, it's just different, So
Right.
Yeah,
we're not.
that's
We talk about it all the time. It's not, guys. It's not going ever. You not. It's not going back. At
no.
least in our time, they ain't gonna go back to hitting, slapping pads, and all that kind of stuff, man. And playing a real game, it's just not gonna happen. So it's gonna be a new format, a lot of competitions, and thank you very much. And it's kind of like, you ever been to an event at work, off hours, and or a convention? That is, you go to a convention for work, you ain't trying to really work, but you going to the convention.
Right.
But if you
Right.
go to convention and then now you required to work, which means that you probably part of the convention. Now you were part of a panel, like, I'm actually working. I got to go here and talk about this stuff and put some work in and do some stuff and network and all this kind of. Not, I had an easier day at work. I just stayed at work today. So
Right.
you think about, it's kind of like football players. Pro Bowl is like a convention for them, and the reward. And no, I don't want to be out there getting hit. On my day off.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of, I thought it was a little funny, but I'll be tuned. I always watch, no matter how good or bad the Pro Bowl is through the changes. I mean, ain't nothing else on, so I'll probably watch it and tune in just to.
But why are they on Tuesday this year instead of the normal Sunday?
Well, I think they taking a theme from baseball. People tune in on Tuesdays for the home run derby for baseball. And so the numbers look
that's
good.
Summertime. That's different. That's summertime.
Yeah, it's summertime, but it's a Tuesday. So, and they don't have any competition on a Tuesday night. So what are you doing on Tuesday other than getting ready for work? And plus, nobody really having a ping party or a beer party for a Pro Bowl. So I could be wrong. I don't know. But I you can watch the Pro Bowl on the Tuesday and keep it moving. But I don't know. But I think they're just experimenting with a lot of stuff, man. And they trying.
I would rather watch an NBA game on Tuesday than that. So excuse me.
Yeah, I'm with you, Lou. I prefer to see it on a Sunday.
Besides, NBA Tuesdays now, take up that night. So
yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that's true. So look, guys, real quick, Falcon news, guys, real quick. Falcons' new coach, Kevin Stefanski, had a press conference with Matt Ryan. He also brought on his new offensive coordinator, Tommy Reese, who was with him, I think, at Cleveland too. So also at Alabama back in the day. He was the OC at Alabama when Miro was quarterbacking. And, I mean, every Alabama fans really don't like him, but it's like, I don't know, a lot of that with Miro too. So I don't, got things.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was all Tommy Reese. So let me take one thing at a time. So Hova, let me go to Hova on this one, Lou. Hova, did you get a chance to listen to that press conference from Kevin Stefanski and Matt Ryan as they introduced him as the new coach?
Yeah, I got a chance to listen to a little bit of it. I mean, I think Stefanski is saying the right things. His approach or his delivery is definitely different from Raheem Morris. Raheem was, we talked about it. I feel like he kind of had that gift of gab, but
Yep. He does. He used to be on television.
He's slick with, and he just goes right at it, talking, maybe 50 miles an hour. But with this guy, his delivery or tone is more not delivery like Raheem, but he hit the key points. I didn't get for me, I didn't get the impression that he likes to talk. I'll say that. I didn't get that. I didn't feel that about him as far as Raheem. But he seemed to say what he wants to say, and he tried to say the right things, and that's it. Does it change how I feel about him? I can't really say it does or not. I think but I will say what's gonna make me have a more of a feel or about him is when we get ready to start the season and how he approaches preseason. I'm looking forward to see how he handles that. I'm pretty sure it's definitely going to be different from the previous coach.
Yeah. I
agree with that.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, I don't I don't think that it didn't change my mind or how I felt about it. But I'm like this.
Yeah.
I'm almost, like I said earlier today, I'm almost at a point of apathy with the team. I'm not quite there, but I'm headed there. Because it's just, look, let's talk more wins. I don't think very highly or lowly of Stefanski, but I mean, coming from Cleveland, yeah, Lou, you know, look, this is and it's real simple. If Raheem is gone and he had two back-to-back 8-win seasons, 8 and 9, which was not good enough to win the division, not good enough to get to the playoffs, even when he lost games he wasn't supposed to lose with this team. And so with all the mistakes that Raheem made, and he was able to squeeze out 8 wins, Stefanski's, he got to hit 9+, 10+ playoffs. That's the goal. It's real simple.
Yeah.
If he doesn't meet that goal.
And my thing too, definitely the NFL is about what have you done for me lately. When you look back, not that I watched a lot of Cleveland games, but when I look back and evaluate his coaching performance during his last season, yeah, I'm just gonna be honest, Brad. It was bad. I don't really know how to, I'm not saying it's all his fault, but he made some decisions, man. That's why I said, and when I say the decisions he made, it wasn't so much on the defense. I think it was just on the offensive side, and he's supposed to be the offensive guy. So to give you an example, like the quarterback situation. He handled that situation. It wasn't good, man. It just wasn't good. He already knew. So you already knew going in that he was going to have Flacco was going to be his starter based on, because I don't know how many quarterbacks they had on the roster. I think they had like 5.
Like 5. They had 5 quarterbacks on the roster, man.
Well, of course, Deshaun Watson. Yeah, well, he wasn't coming. Wasn't going to play. We might kind of count him.
And Pickett had let him go.
All right, yeah, Pickett, right.
And
you picked up Gabriel and Shador, and you had Flacco. Okay.
Flacco.
Now, okay, so all of them played during the preseason. They did. I think all of them did play during the preseason.
Yeah, all of them played. I think all of them played. I don't know about. Well, I don't think.
Flacco played. Flacco played.
Yeah, I don't think that Deshaun Watson played.
Well, except for yeah.
Yeah, but everybody outside of him played.
Right.
They played 4 quarterbacks.
Right. So I guess what I'm getting at, where I'm getting at is, and I talked about this. He took a quarterback. He got his quarterback. Stefanski got his quarterback with Cleveland.
Yep.
I'm not trying. I'm just saying. Yeah, Flacco was there. I'm saying during that draft, he drafted a quarterback. He drafted 2. He drafted 2. They drafted 2, or how?
They drafted 2.
They drafted 2. They drafted Dylan and Shador.
Yep.
And they drafted Dylan first. That's why I said, Brady, go. I was saying it go. That's why I said he saw now whatever he saw. I don't know. He saw something, and that was his guy. I'm just gonna be honest. Gabriel was his guy, man. And you can't tell me any different, Brad, on that one. We saw what went down. We saw what went down. As soon as he was so adamant about Gabriel, right? That he said, I'm getting rid of Flacco. They sent Flacco out to Cincinnati. And at this point, I'm making Gabriel my guy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was his dude.
That was his dude. So that's my concern. Like again, I'm not saying. I'm just saying
he doubled down on it.
But I'm just saying.
I mean, but hey,
that's what we have as a coach.
He can't. Well, to that same.
I'm not trying. I'm just.
Well, I'm gonna stick with what you just said, and we both agree. And he doubled down on Dylan. Everybody saw it. Lou saw it. Everybody saw it. He doubled down on Dylan Gabriel.
Unbelievable. I saw
it. He saw it and he did it until he got, he sucked so bad and got hurt that, he had no choice but to move to the next quarterback. However, he came to Atlanta and Monday when the decision came up about the quarterbacks, and then they said, well, here we got two quarterbacks here. What's going on between Kirk Cousins? What's going on between Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix? What's going to happen here? He doubled down on Michael Penix. He doubled down on Michael Penix on Monday. They asked me about it. No, I'll tell you again. That's going to be our quarterback. I look forward to working with him. And he had a whole lot to say about Michael Penix. But he didn't have a whole lot to say about Cousins. And so when they brought it up about Cousins, guess what? He was like, well, I don't want to go into a whole lot of detail about a whole lot of things right now. We'll wait and see how things shake out. And that's what he said about Cousins. He had nothing to say about working with Kirk Cousins. When Kirk Cousins is gone. So when Kirk Cousins is gone and you don't know who your other quarterback's gonna be yet, he ain't had no choice but to double down on Penix, and the ownership and Matt Ryan loves Michael Penix.
Right.
So if the owner and the president of football operations, we got to give him a nickname. If both of those if your two bosses have already thrown their hat in for him to be the quarterback, what you supposed to say? So he doubling down on Michael Penix. Although a lot of fans still like Kirk Cousins down here.
Yeah.
A lot of folks like, we ain't got time. Hey, good. Hawks did a good job. Hawks win 117-106 over Boston, which is the first wire win we've had against Boston in like over 30 years. All right, back. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. But like I said, here's my take, man. That's what I think. That's what's gonna make this guy is figuring out how he's gonna go quarterback. I'm dead serious. How this guy is gonna move forward, but which we will see. But how he's gonna go about his quarterback, because from what he did in Cleveland, man, that's my concern with him. That's my concern.
So what's the concern about him being of how he's going to handle the quarterbacks here in Atlanta?
I guess I'm gonna put it like this, Brad. Let's see how he handles it. Let's see how he handles the situation if we got an injury at quarterback. How he's gonna play that, how he's gonna handle that. That's what we need to see, how he's gonna deal with it.
Yeah.
And so I don't mean it. Right, I'm just saying that's what you're gonna have to see.
Yeah, right. And so it just real simple for me for quarterback. I'm rooting for Penix. I know how good he can be, and I don't think he had the best coaches and the best mentors here in Atlanta. I mean, when he first came in as a rookie, so now those coaches are gone. At least you got Stefanski, he believes in one-on-one. If that's his guy, then he believes in putting some one-on-one time to making sure that you straight. And so I guess that when he won those coaches of the year, that was his formula. Some happened. Ownership got in the way, GM got in the way, He lost Chubb. The whole lot of stuff happened in Cleveland. They made the playoffs. All right, how come they were not consistent the next year? I think he coached the same. I just think that you had different groceries that the GM put on your plate to work with. That's Cleveland. They can't stay consistent, and so you got better players to work with here in Atlanta. So if he can coach, he should be able to get 10 wins out of Atlanta. If he can coach.
I think he's gonna draft. I think they're gonna draft a quarterback.
You ain't got no choice. It's about win though. You can't draft him. You just cannot draft a quarterback in the second round in this class. You just can't. You just can't. Lou, what you say, Lou? What say you, Lou?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. You just can't wind up doing that.
Yeah, and you can't draft one, but you can get one. You can get Malik Willis, and you can get Malik Willis, and it's another quarterback that's out there that I might have said it last week. But it's two quarterbacks out there. Malik Willis is one of them. You got two others that are out there that are kind of decent quarterbacks that you'll have enough money if you let go of Kirk Cousins to get one of those guys that you can afford in the offseason. Oh, you got Russell Wilson's out there, stopgap quarterback. That kind of thing, mentor to the young guy, whatever, and he can do some things for you. So I think the Falcons gonna go that way. I think the Falcons gonna go in free agency, get a guy. He probably draft a guy like undrafted free agent real late as quarterback. I don't think they're gonna value that quarterback. I'd be very surprised if they pick quarterback high. I think Matt Ryan wants the team similar to what he did when he came in, which was a physical team.
Yes.
To make sure you got big linemen in there. So I think Falcons are going for linemen to upgrade the linemen to get bigger at center position, to get another left tackle, that kind of a thing. He loves to run. They probably get a running back somewhere in their rugged running back to take the place of Algier. We won't be able to afford to keep him here. And the final thing about the quarterback is Penix will have to go under center. Sorry. He got to. For this whole thing to work in Atlanta, he's going to have to go up under center a lot more. Now, I know he's going to pistol sometime, but he's going to have to go up under – I'm sorry. He's going to have to go up under center on a lot of these plays. And if he can't stay healthy and non-contact injuries from what he's been doing, which is what he suffered last year, then we're going to have to move on. I'm sorry. I don't think he has a problem with the tools in terms of the mindset and the reads, and he's got a great arm, a great touch, anticipation. Yeah. I just think the man just got problems staying healthy, and he's thinking about that all the time, staying healthy. If that's in your head, like Kirby Smart's like, if you play hurt, you're going to get hurt.
That's right.
So that's my problem with Penix. If Penix can't stay on the field, he's not doing us any good. So there you go. You kind of got to look at another quarterback that can carry you through, and then you move on. But I don't know how I just can't go quarterback second round in the draft. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I get your point.
I mean, based on who's out there.
I get your point on that. But that's that's my concern. But we'll see, man. We'll see how I'm just curious how this quarterback thing is going to play out with this guy, because in Cleveland, man, that was why his team. That's why his team. It wasn't the defense. It
wasn't the defense at all.
It wasn't the defense.
It's offense. He's supposed to be this offensive guy.
That's what I'm saying. He's supposed to be the offense. So. Well, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
But then he got the eye for Dylan Gabriel. I'm just saying. But anyway, we'll keep it moving.
Yeah. So the final thing on the Falcons, if we moving on, is we still have no GM.
Huh.
And we don't have a GM. So they, according to Matt Ryan, we finished the first wave of interviews. And
no, I mean, how do you run things without a GM? How do you run things without a GM? You need that.
No, I agree with that.
I agree. I would have kept Fontenot. That's just me. Because you look at all of the superstars that we have on defense, that was Fontenot. Xavier Watts, he brought Jesse Bates. He got Javon Walker, superstar rookie. He brought James Pierce Jr., superstar rookie. And so a lot of these players came up on it. He brought Bijan, and so a lot of these players, that was that GM who brought them here. Why don't you continue to let this man cook? But something about him, they had him move on. He was too shoulder to shoulder with Raheem. They got rid of him too. So I think a lot of the guys that they interviewed, I mean, they're not going to come with the experience. It's not like I don't think the Falcons have interviewed a current GM. I think they've interviewed a lot of assistant GMs, I think. For the most part, the guys within the realm of assistant GMs, maybe a former GM, maybe, I don't know. But so when you have these assistant GMs and associate GM, these guys part of the team, they're not going to have all the gravitas and all of the things of a seasoned GM. So looks like you're going to have a new GM who's never done it before. But at least you got I guess with Stefanski, he's an experienced coach, not a very good one, I guess, but I don't know. But he's got experience. That's the one thing that we didn't like about the other coaches that we've had down here. So your GM's not going to have experience in terms of being the head honcho guy. He's going to be a dude that was at the highest number 2. And he's finally going to get a promotion here in Atlanta, which would be a new guy. So how do you deal with that here in Atlanta? And he got to work with the coach. I don't know. Maybe what's the chief vice president of what's his name? What's his name? Over Greg Beatles.
Yeah.
Maybe Greg Beatles can help him out on some things. He's
been
around.
I mean, if you look at, I always kind of look back at San Francisco. I like the way they went about it. The way they needed a GM and a head coach. And the first thing they did, they got a GM first.
Yep.
They got John Lynch, and once they got John Lynch, then they came to the table. John Lynch decided who he wanted the head coach, and he went with Shanahan, which I kind of understand the flow. We kind of went where we are going a different direction with it.
It's not the first time we've done it.
Yeah, basically we're saying we got a president of operations that likes this head coach, and now we're putting the head coach and the head of operations to put someone in place to be a general manager. So basically Stefanski is interviewing his boss, interviewing the person who's going to be his boss. If you think about it.
Yeah.
So he, I don't know. Not saying that it can't be just like it's like bread locked up. But I don't know what you think about that, Lou. Do you think they should have went general manager first, or it doesn't really matter?
No, I think it should win the general manager first. That's what keeps the team together. Otherwise, you don't have much of a team to run on.
Hey Lou, I couldn't have said it better. I agree.
No, we're not much. We don't have a general manager, so we're not much of a team. Yeah, you can say that again.
Yeah,
you're really lost now.
Yeah, I have to agree with that, Lou. I think you're right. I'm not saying that what the Falcons are doing it can't work. I'm not, but I do think you should thought about going general manager, then then get your head coach in there.
Hey Cedric, you lost the Matrix?
It's like Cedric, yeah, he definitely he just dropped off. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah.
Boy.
Let me see. He just texted. Let me see. Let's see what he says.
Lost the metrics again.
Yo, it's a bread.
Huh.
Yeah, he's trying to get back on.
Yeah.
we got only a few minutes left.
I lost in the vortex again.
Well, I'm gonna keep it moving though. So
Okay.
in NFL news, the Browns they still
Lost
haven't
cause.
they still haven't got a coach yet.
Yeah, but still a
Um,
lost cause.
the Bills now, I don't know if Diane like this or not. The Bills, they promoted their offensive coordinator to head coach.
He's back.
Hey, there go Brad. Hey, Brad. Yeah, I kind of went
Go
ahead
ahead.
and
Yeah,
moved
keep
into the
going. Yeah, keep
NFL
going.
news segment.
Yep, go ahead. Yep, keep going.
Yeah, I was just saying the Bills promoted their offensive coordinator Joe Brady, uh, which that's within that kind of makes sense to me
Yes.
that he has a relationship with Josh Allen. Um, the Steelers, they hired Mike McCarthy. It kind of makes sense to me too. Mike McCarthy's from the Pittsburgh area.
Yeah.
That was his roots, so I think he's happy to be back there. Um, and then I think the biggest thing here, the Hall of Famer Bill Belichick, not named to the first ballot Hall of Fame.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, who saw that coming?
No one.
I don't think nobody
didn't
saw
see
that
that coming.
coming. I think I think it's political, Brad. I think somewhere along the
Of course it
way,
is. Of course it
somewhere
is.
along the way, he sat at a table with somebody, had a drink, and some words were said, and they got a lot of
No.
pull on
Person can't say on this show.
who's going to be on the ballot. It's like, okay, in that case, you're not going to be on it this year.
Yeah.
You're gonna sit a year.
Right.
Now here's the thing.
Yeah.
He's gonna be
It's
there.
wrong.
He's gonna be there, but it's like, nah, but you're not gonna do it this year. We're gonna let you marinate on that, but you'll be on it next year. So somebody he
guys,
pissed off.
Well, it's I don't think it's an incident. I think it's incidents. That built up. I think that his treatment of the media throughout the years, in those press conferences being dry as you know what, and being short with people. People got tired of that stuff for years, man. I'm sick of that.
Yeah.
It ain't funny. People got a job to do. And you over there being snarky and all kinds for years, gave them a tough time. The other thing is the obvious for me is the gates. The flake gate, this gate, that gate, and those gates. Ain't nobody forgot about that. Everybody sweeping that up on the road. It happened. It happened many times. It was so bad that the NFL destroyed the tapes. They don't want nobody to see it. So
Gee, I wonder why.
You think, Lou?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I think. I think it's a culmination of many things. Bill Belichick and folk. They now they count the receipts. Now they got the receipts for all of that stuff he did for all of those years. Now you got to pay up. And folk got a problem with it, man. Come on, he'll get in there, just not this year. And so now, Hall of Fame committee coming up on the fire for this stuff, and they putting out all statements about, we gonna look at who's here and revoke people's privileges who don't see it our way, kind of stuff. It's like, man, get out of here. Y'all saw this coming. They told y'all how they was gonna vote. Don't try and get out of it. So I'm petty. I mean, the petty. This makes the petty in me just so happy. I feel warm inside because of all this. I mean, of all the 23 jokes that we have to endure forever and up to this point, it's caused it. And as a Rams fan, as a Rams fan, I am pissed because they cheated in that Super Bowl. Doggone it, they cheated.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
How did that? I mean, it was so obvious. It was like the Rams, you interview them, they said, man, it's like they knew what we were going to do. We haven't played a game like that all year. They already knew what we were going to do. Like they were in the huddle. Nobody practices that way. It's the NFL. Not against good on good like that. So, look, I'm happy. You get in when you get in, whatever.
Well, I know it's in basketball, but you know what we say about that week? Screw the pooch.
Screw the pooch, yes, sir.
The pooch.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
One time screwed the pooch, one time too many.
Yes.
So I'm good with that, guy. So look, real quick, we gonna end the show. We going slightly overtime. Over.
Okay.
The Patriots. We know who's going. We're gonna make our picks next week. We ain't gonna do them tonight. So we're gonna do a whole analysis rollout next week. But I do think that a lot of missed field goals by the Broncos at home, mind you, kind of led to their own demise to lose the game only 10
well,
to
the
7.
big mistake was going for it on fourth down just before the half when you should have waited for that. You blew it.
That too. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
and nobody scored the rest of the way after that because of the horrible conditions they played. Nobody scored after that. So it was like
right.
It'd be a high scoring game for baseball, but for football, it was very lackluster.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Sean Payton. Yeah, he regrets that decision.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's just
a little late, don't you think?
Yeah. It's kind of one of those things, right? Okay, if they get it, he's a genius. If he doesn't, then
He'll be the biggest laughing stock in Denver.
Everybody's gonna be, like you suck. So
yeah. Yeah.
He let his ego. He let his ego get in the way on that one, though, Brad. I think it was that's all it was, man. He's like, all right, I'm just gonna prove a point. He let his ego get in the way, which really, truly, I mean, if you look at the percentages, you're 7-0. Go ahead and get. I mean, you're already winning 7-0. Go ahead and get 3 points.
Yeah.
And also, you're in the game with a backup quarterback.
Yep.
I mean, I'm just.
You need all the points you can get.
You need all the points you can get, right? You need all the points you can get.
But it ain't no guarantee that man was gonna make the field goal because he missed like 3 or 4 of them. So
well, this is true. Hey, this is true, but we will never know.
It's true.
Look, on the NFC side, man, unfortunately for me, man, the Seahawks beat my Rams 31-27. I mean, I think that muff by Smith, man, just killed it. I mean, the Rams fought back, and that was the turning point, man. I mean, he did not have to feel that punt. He was in a position where he just should have just let it go. But the Rams have been messing stuff up like that all season, man. So,
but that's the thing about these games like these big games like this. Every play count. Every crucial mistake.
Every play count.
Yeah, every play counts. I mean, you muff the punt, you miss a field goal, everything's crucial. So, but you're right. Yeah, that was definitely a momentum breaker. The Rams, they made a good comeback, but yeah, I agree with you.
Now with that Seahawks defense.
Looks like Brad froze up again, Lou. Lou, you want to go? Yeah, that's okay. You can go ahead, Lou. Go ahead and send us out, man.
All right. On the next episode of Screw the Pooch, I mean the Enhanced Sports Show. We're going to discuss the mishaps of the AFC Championship game and the NFC Championship game and the better moments. We'll go over the NBA All-Star game with the starters and the reservists. You'd be surprised who didn't make the starting lineup. Namely, one who's on his way out. We'll cover any offseason MLB moves. NHL, as they get ready for the Olympics. It's the last week before the Olympics for them. Wow. And we'll cover some UFC news as well with WWE Wrestling. Your thoughts and comments are always welcome. This date in sports history, the idiot of the week. I got a few of them. The good news story of the week, and it's that time when we do the best and worst, and I got some good ones for the best and worst of January. So remember, it's Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Number is 512-543-4662. Don't forget to like and share the Facebook page. And remember, we're on Facebook Live.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks, Lou. Thank you.
All right, fellas. Thanks.
All right, man. Have a good one. Have a good night.
Sure. Oh, I got out of here.
All right. Okay, well, that's it for the Brandon Hover show tonight. want to thank you for tuning in tonight and listening. And looks like Brad, he's having technical difficulties, so we're gonna end the show on that. And have a great weekend. Have a good week, and have a great weekend. Yo, hey, the show.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks for closing out.
Yeah.
Thanks for closing out. I've had just bad connections today, man, and recently, actually. I don't know what's going on, man. I've been getting gremlins in my system at night, especially around showtime. I don't know what that is, man. It's on my side, man. I don't know what's going on with these connections, man.
Yeah, it's all good. You ended the show?